Like, I think what fucks the stream up is when I go back and read comments. So if I miss your guys' I'm so... Alright. So, let's hope that the stream turns on right now. Here we go. Perfect. Alright, it says I'm live. Good shit. Good shit. I didn't think it was going to turn on again. I was kind of freaking out a little bit. I was really annoyed. Yeah, here we go. I'm back, guys. For real this time. So I kind of know what to do. I don't touch anything. Like, don't go back and read comments. Just kind of let it be and just chill out. I kind of want to... Let me scoot forward a little bit so I can relax. There we go. Cool, cool. My back was kind of sore for a little bit. Anyways, yeah, I don't feel like you can compare people in music. It's not something that is like it works for me. Part 5. Okay, let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That Riley, your name sounds hella familiar. Like, I know that I probably follow you on Instagram and everything like that, don't I? Your name sounds hella familiar though. Like, really, really, really familiar. When 1D come back, Little Mix will be ignored again if they don't change from... I think that... So this is the thing that everyone has to do, though. You can't... This is what I tell people that... Like, I have a lot of friends who are musicians, and people... Like, some of my friends have been playing music forever. You can't... I don't think you should strive to be a signed artist. You can't be a part of a record label. It's not worth it. Yes, like, there's going to be more work on your end, like, at the beginning. But honestly, if you don't want to do that work, you kind of don't have to, and you can still make money. And you can still be, like, just as famous with, like, less people taking money from you. I don't think people need labels in 2017 and on. We haven't needed labels for the last couple of years, to be honest. When everyone needs to escape from Super Epic, I don't think 1D will come back anytime soon, but I think Alan need to leave labels. Cisco needs to get, or Sicko, I don't deny Little Mix were brushed aside. Agree. 1D are supposed to come back into the lie. They all confirmed that. I think that everyone should look at what Chance the Rapper is doing, and they should do the exact same thing, which is why I think they're picking up now, hopefully. Wait, improved. I'm sorry, I was reading the little message that YouTube gave me. Sorry. Little Mix is famous and has earned money with touring in the U.S. Well, this is what I think. This is what I mean. I don't think that people need labels. Like, you don't need to be signed. Like, when you say that you're signed, yeah, like, people, like, those companies help you a lot in regards to marketing and pushing you, and they have very, very good connections, obviously, overall. Those are, like, simplified terms, but realistically, like, you have the internet, you have, like, YouTube, you have SoundCloud. There's so many different avenues that you can take to really, like, get your, like, self out there and do your own promotional brand deals and all this different stuff. Chance Rapper, is that his name, is the one who freaked out when Beyonce he probably did freak out when he saw Beyonce. So check this out. Chance Rapper gave all his music away for free. He's not signed, and you're not supposed to be able to be nominated for Grammys by the Academy unless you're a signed artist and a part of their, guild of artists. So they made an exception for him, and Chance the Rapper got nominated for the second most amount of Grammys this year, behind Beyonce. He's one behind Beyonce, and he didn't sell any of his music. He used the internet. He made all of his money off of tours and merchandise. No label, and he's nominated for the second most Grammys. He's done collabs with, like, every huge brand you could think of. He did the Kit Kat commercial. Like, he's done everything you could think of in the last couple of years. Little Mix isn't famous, they just haven't reached the general public audience. But I think a lot of the time, the reason bands won't make it, though, is because they're signed to labels, and their fate lies in the hands of other people trying to do their work for them. You know what I mean? Like, I think they need to take it in their own hands and just attack the internet, and they'll blow up even more than they already are, is what I think. Chance the Rapper is a beast. That's because they need to spend more time in the U.S., which is something they were able to do. They would a week or two. I think Little Mix would be bigger in America by now if they didn't cancel Salute Tour. Because I think that, like, when I look at the internet, because, like, I understand it a little bit. There's, like, a lot of bands that are doing it the wrong way. Like, they could, like, literally run campaigns and do the whole thing just to, like, build a bigger audience. Like when you get to a certain level and you have that much exposure, I would just be hustling, like, the internet all day, every day. Like, that would be my job other than, like, making music. They would just be hustling the internet and saying, okay, let's, like, really get this going. Like basically, like, become one of your, like, followers, I should say, and just, like, embrace all that fame that you have and become one of the people. You know what I mean? You can write everything wrong, Little Mix not Fifth Harmony other way. They gain more U.S. success. Yeah, I'm liking the conversation. I'm liking where it's going though. Little Mix has got a great future ahead of it. The 5 ages known in America, I still think. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let you guys keep having this conversation. I'm gonna tell you guys a really random story about my childhood. Check this out. I'm sorry that this is off topic, but this is something I wanted to tell you guys. I was gonna do a video about it, and I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it live. So I was in first grade. My teacher was Miss Lynn Grell, right? And I remember I was not in traditional school. I was in year round, so we would go to school for 3 months and be off for 1 month. School for 3 months, off for 1 month. Really cool schedule, actually. And then you still get 2 weeks for Christmas and that whole thing. Anyways, first grade, and at the end of the year, the second half of the year, we had something called a computer class, obviously, right? I forget what it was called. I think it was called the computer lab is what it was called. And what happened was we would go there after recess, after we were all tired out and, like, went crazy on the playground. Our teacher would take us to the computer lab, and we would learn how to either work Microsoft Word or whatever, video, like, games on the computer, just random shit, right? Basically learn how to use the computer, turn it on and off, and all this different shit. And we had this one teacher, her name was Miss Marshall. She was the computers teacher, and she was kind of like a bigger lady, and all the kids would call her Miss Marshmallow behind her back. Anyways, I was in there one day, and it was the end of the school day, and I was at, like, I was at recess, like, playing like crazy, right, drinking all kinds of water and shit like that. And by the time I got to the computer lab, I had to take a leak. And I remember telling my teacher, hey, I got to use the restroom. So she was like, okay, that's fine. I got up, and I ran down the little wheelchair ramp that they had leading up to the computer lab, and I ran to the nearest bathroom. The first bathrooms, they were locked, and I was like, fuck, why are these locked? Like, these doors are always open, right? So my little first grade self runs myself all the way across campus, which is not a big campus, but when you're in first grade, it's huge, right? So I go all the other side. I get into the bathroom. I got to go hella bad. That day, my mom had dressed me in button fly jeans. So it wasn't the zipper. It was the ones we had to unbutton each individual button. I remember I hated those because I can never do them on my own. I can get one or two, and then my fingers, I wouldn't be able to get them. I didn't know how they worked. So I'm in the bathroom. I got to take a fat piss. I was already missed the first bathroom because it was, like, locked. And I'm in here, and I can't unbutton my button fly jeans. Like, it's terrible. I'm going crazy, right? All of a sudden, I finally get, like, two of them down. I try to pull my pants down with, like, not all of them unbuttoned. I couldn't do it. I was close. So I start going to get it. I almost get the second to last button done. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm just, like, peeing in my pants, like, everywhere. Like, not even just, like, a little bit. I mean, like, it's down in my inner thighs on both sides. And, like, it's just, like, it's heavy. You know what I mean? And I was just like, fuck. And I was, like, in shock because it's like, you don't expect that to happen when you're 7. On top of that, when something like that happens when you're 7, you almost don't know what to do. Like, you know, when you see those little kids peeing their pants, they're just kind of, like, hella confused, like, blank face, like, oh, shit, like, what happened? You know what I mean? Anyways, I went back to the computer lab, and I was walking into the class, and all the way the computer lab's set up is all the computers are facing the front of the classroom. There's a whiteboard, and all the computers are facing the whiteboard. So when I walked into the class, I turned my back to the computers and all the chairs that they were facing, and I walked sideways facing the whiteboard like I was looking at what was on the whiteboard. And I sat down really quick in my chair. Nobody saw me, and the girl sitting next to me, she said some shit like, it smells like pee in here. And I remember I got hella mad, and in my head I'm like, just shut up, bitch. Like, I just peed my pants. Don't make it obvious. I wasn't saying that out loud, but in my head I'm thinking that. You know what I mean? Luckily, that was at the end of the day, and I remember my mom picked me up, and she was just like, what happened? And I was like, I peed my pants, Mom. And she was like, oh my God. And then she took me home, and that was the end of it. No one even found out. But yeah. Anyways, that was my first grade story. How to be you. Sorry guys, that's what I was thinking of too. I forgive me for interrupting the conversation. Did you play Bug Dump? Yeah, of course I played that, Riley. Riley, do you follow me on Instagram, or do I follow you on Instagram? Riley Woods. I'm trying to look at your picture. Because that name sounds hella familiar. I don't mind Little Mix, I just can't get past the 90s style pop songs. You know who I'm sorry, I'm like reading the comments at the same time, guys. Want a copy? Are you an American? I'm excited for like Alessia Cara to put out new music. I think she's amazing. I think she's very good. Rihanna, I'm excited to see what she does over the next couple of years. I think she has a lot of like potential. She could either be Rihanna forever, or she could be like Rihanna. You know what I mean? You guys kind of get what I'm saying. I'm a big Rihanna fan. I thought you were Brazilian. I don't know why. Me? You thought I was Brazilian? I have a lot of Brazilian friends. I love friends from Brazil. That's the way they talk. Okay, how to be yours? Well, I don't know what everyone's asking. I'm like so confused. Guys, I'm exporting another reaction video if you guys are gonna watch it. Analysis video or whatever. You know how it goes. Yeah, no. Beyonce better not take this long again to release an album. I'm in love with Beyonce. Guys, where am I gonna travel to next year? Or this year. Fuck, I said next year. It's this year already. 2016 went by too quick. I would hope you made that statement after listening to all the music before. They have R&B and pop songs. They are versatile. Maybe I need to make an Instagram to follow you. Do you have a Twitter? I feel like I know you. Well, I'm not know you, but I've heard that name before. No, I thought One Coffee was, but oh, okay, I see. Beyonce don't even plan her album; she drops them. I know having album release dates is going to be a thing of the past. Also, like this is how you're gonna like. So this is the way you control and manipulate the internet. You drop stuff surprisingly, because if you have release dates, it's too controlled, and then people forget about it, and they're just like, oh yeah, I'll come back to it later. Like, it almost doesn't give them a sense of urgency. But when you drop things in the moment, like Beyonce, without telling nobody, it explodes, and then you have way more traffic. Like that's the whole logic behind it, and it makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Unless you're gonna drop music consistently and say, hey, I'm gonna put out a new song every Friday for a year. That makes sense, but to do a whole album and release it, it's going to be a thing of the past. Beyonce's everyone's mom. She's not my mom, though. I'm in love with Beyonce. I would like to go to the UK. I want to go to the UK. I want to go everywhere, but the UK is one place I definitely 100% want to go. What I meant was I can't go to the 90s side because they have it. When she released Lemonade, I was like, shit, it's happening. I love Beyonce. I'm in love with her. A lot of songs are sampled from one another, but this is the thing you guys got to remember too. Music in general is recycled. You only have variations of so many like notes, right? There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those notes, those 7 notes are the same. It doesn't matter what octave it is. Sometimes it's like a higher G, sometimes it's a lower G, but a G is a G is a G. However many times you can like form those 7 chords to make something new, you can only do it so many times, you know what I mean? So a lot of music is the same, but this is where timing comes in. This is where the things where I talk about dynamics, the way that you apply things to a line or a melody, the beginning of a word, like a subtlety, the way you sustain the volume or chop it off real quick, or whatever you're gonna do, right? So when I talk about dynamics and the way people perform and everything like that, the reason I do that is because that's what really separates artists, because music is recycled. A lot of music is recycled. I'm not saying people steal music from each other, I'm just saying that it's hard. YouTube, Facebook, and Snapchat are my only social. I gotta step my game up. You gotta add me on Facebook and Snapchat then, Riley. Again, so I'm gonna use that reason. Love music, love sample from a girl, if I reach sample from Rugrats, my grandma is from there, A chords are reused. Yeah, very true. Real talks, man. Causes sound 90s. I think that, see, for me, I'm biased, because, like, I like sampled music. I'm a huge Kanye West fan. Drake's producer, Noah 40, Shabib, he's, like, one of my favorite producers. He samples everything. Kanye samples everything. Like, Boy Wonder has hella sick samples. Like, some of my favorite producers in general have the sickest samples in the world. So I'm like, I like music that's recycled too sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear only covers. I like hearing people cover songs, but like, if I had to listen to covers for the rest of my life, I would hate my life. I think that, like, I don't think of music as like what sounds new to me now. I think of music as like, how does it make me feel? You know what I mean? Like, it's not so much how does it sound, because I don't get, like, when I listen to music by myself, I can be analytical about it, but a lot of the time it's just like, does it make me feel a certain way? And that's not just music, that's movies, that's stand-up comedy, that's any form of art or like human output, right? Does it make you feel a certain way? That's what's important. I feel like we're just going around circles. I still want to know who the fuck is Becky with the good hair. She on Beyonce. I think that was about her mom and dad, I feel like. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I know nobody would cheat on Beyonce. That song has to be fucking fake. Or not fake, but you know what I mean? Like it has to be like written like it was a movie. It's a story, you know? But yeah, I don't think music is like, for me, the way I take it, it's more about how does it make me feel. Wasn't Becky in a system or something like that? Maybe. I don't know the whole story on that. That'd be good video as well. One of my next big videos I'm gonna do is gonna be a theory video. It's probably gonna be that Sinbad one. Dang, it's only midnight here. That's crazy. Watch somebody blow up some baby on something and forget all about us small folks. Riley, add me on Facebook and Snapchat. I'm not gonna. Oh, so guys, this is what I was gonna tell you guys earlier, but I don't know if you guys remember it. I think I did tell you guys. I don't know. I'm gonna say it anyway. I have a Facebook group that I'm only gonna add 100 people to, and after that 100 people, I'm not gonna add any more. And so like, we could all have conversations, so that once that my live streams and my videos get too crazy traffic, that I could actually like still talk, because I only have like 13,000 subscribers, and even right now I can't read all the comments because I have like 100 and something. I have 130 videos on my page or something like that. I don't know how many exactly, 100 and something videos. So between those 100 videos, and they have like thousands of views, hundreds of comments, like I can't read all of them. So it's already out of hand now, so I can only imagine later on. So I have a private Facebook group if you guys want to be a part of it. Is Michael back in there? Hey. I didn't even notice Michael was in here. I didn't read the comments. I gotta start looking at the comments again. Stop looking at myself in the camera. I look at myself in the camera because like I want to make sure I don't look like a fucking idiot while I'm talking. With Periscope and all those other sites, I was streaming off my tablet, so like the comments are laid over my face, so I could like just look at myself in the comments at the same time. But here, I actually gotta pay attention. Michael Jackson. Hey, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. That guy's the greatest entertainer of all time, to me, in my opinion. Regardless of the crazy stuff that he may or may not have did. Yes, Michael Jackson. Thank you, Ma, for sending me the link. I appreciate it. Good shit. I thought I was Oh, I am following. I was gonna say I thought I was following Ma, but it's because Ma don't have any pictures. There we go. Do you guys ever like? Well, I don't know if you guys know how this works, but there's like whenever I see like a girl on Twitter or Instagram, we follow each other, and like I think she's hot. Like I don't like. She likes my pictures and tweets from like back a little bit, and like I know that she's liking them. Just it's too coincidental to like them. Like she'll go back and like pictures from like a month or so back, and then she just like, that's it. You know what I mean? So then I'll do the same thing. So like I'm in this like little thing right now where like I know this girl like knows who I am, but now she's not paying attention to me, and I'm not really paying attention to her. But I think she's hot, so but she's hot enough to where I actually want to go after it a little bit and be like, hey, let's hang out. So I'm in one of those little ordeals right now where it's like I'm about like a day or two away from sending it a DM. When are you doing the Facebook group? I already have the Facebook group, but you guys gotta DM me on Twitter. DM me your email, your guys' emails or your Facebooks on Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat. Send them to me, and I'll send you guys a request. The first 100 people are gonna get it. You guys are gonna get like everything. It's just basically like a group, so I could like talk to all of you guys, so we could all like be in one group and like do that whole thing. Jessie J, I think, is a very underrated singer and performer. I think that her timing, the timing right now is hard for her because there's so many other female vocalists that are like that she has to compete with. I think Jessie J is amazing though. If I'm thinking of the right person that you're talking about. Sample, sing, send the DM. Hey, I probably will send the DM. She's out hot. We'll see though. We'll see. Sorry, I just watched. You know what the weirdest thing is too? There's a delay on my YouTube screen and my actual streaming screen. I have two screens in front of me, and one of them is about 6 seconds. And I just looked at my screen that's like a little bit further behind, and I watched my blank face, and it's like the ugliest face in the world. And I'm like, holy shit! I'm sorry that you guys have to look at that shit. Like, I zoned out for about 2 seconds, and I was like, fuck, that's what I really look like. Wow. You feel like you're writing everything wrong. No, you're good. You're good. I'm from California. California. Jessie J is amazing. I love the video where she's saying in an underground subway. I haven't watched that yet. I have not watched that yet. I am from California. Ma already knows. There you go. So I'm going to do a theory video tomorrow. Guys, I'm posting the Fifth Harmony video and a Salsa Dag Dag video tomorrow. I love Jessie J singing Masterpiece live. Jessie J is a masterpiece. What you know about Joe Cocker? The singer, the old singer, is that who you're talking about, Riley? Is that who you're talking about? Yes, bitch. Alright, guys. Let's do truth or dare. No, that's dumb, because like I'm too lazy to do any dares. Let's do let's think of something. I want to do something more than just like, I feel like I'm gonna get boring for you guys if I just keep rambling and mumbling about like nothing. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? I have. That's a great. Here we go. All right, paranormal experience. I'm gonna do a video about this also. So one of my paranormal experiences was probably the first one ever. I was working at this coffee shop right downtown Turlock. I was 19 in the city that I live in, and right now it's a big old brewery. It's called Dust Bowl Brewery, and I was working there, and the lady that I was working for, she told me go downstairs and take these like supplies into the basement. Right, this building is 100 and something years old. Supposedly it used to be an old psych ward, and it's haunted, is what they say. Right, people have seen ghosts there. Well, at the time I didn't believe in that shit. I'd never seen ghosts, never had anything like that happen before. So when she tells me to take this stuff downstairs, it's like cups and like random things, right? I take it down the basement. The basement is old school cellar. Like there's no windows. It's cement around the whole thing. It's literally underground. There's no ventilation at all. So it's like crazy stuffy. There's literally nothing. There's no ventilation whatsoever. No air conditioners. Nothing. There's like 2 lights, and there are like things that are hanging from the ceiling, right? And there's like a wire that goes like not even inside. It's like external, like the wire just on the ceiling that runs to the outside of the room. So there's literally nothing. It's like a cement room with no windows or nothing. there wouldn't even be any lights if those things weren't on the ceiling. So I'm walking there, it's hella hot and stuffy, and there's one patch that I walk through where it's like crazy cold, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I thought I was just like overthinking it, right? I think I will do story times. That's a good idea. And so I set the cups down and I walked back past the part that was super cold, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, no, this isn't real. So I stayed there and I'm like looking around. There's no windows, there's no vents, right? And I'm like, why is it cold right here? So I'm feeling around because I can still see the lights there, and there's nothing wet or nothing. It's like hot everywhere else except for the spot, super cold. And I just felt weird. I'm like, whatever, right? Anyways, I thought nothing of it. It didn't freak me out really. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I shrugged it off. So I like closed the door, that's done with. A week later, my friend Hector and my brother Miles, they come to hang out with me for the last 45 minutes of work, one cleaning up and doing this whole thing. Well, I was making myself a sandwich before they got there, and I had a knife on the cutting board, and they sat down at the bar that was right there, in the restaurant, and I'm talking to them, and the knife that I set down that I was making the sandwich with was completely on the cutting board. It wasn't hanging off, none of that shit. It was like on there entirely. And I'm telling them about how like people say this place is haunted, but I don't believe none of that shit. And I started telling them about what happened in the basement, and then all of a sudden the knife on the cutting board, they saw it, like it just shot off like this, boom. It didn't shoot out towards me, but it just slid off like this, like straight to the ground. And we were like, what the fuck? Like as we were talking about it, too coincidental. And when that happened, I actually felt eerie. I was like, oh, what the heck? Like I never feel like that. Then I was like, holy shit, like this shit's real. This is real. Like it was the craziest thing. Then I got fired a month later, so it didn't even matter. But yeah, I had some crazy shit like that happen. I used to work in a nursing home during graveyard shift, and there would be times where the doorbell would ring, so I would check the camera. There wasn't anyone there. The next day someone passed it. That's crazy. You know what else would happen there too? Is when they said that they would, because there was a sign that people would put out on the corner that was like one of those fold ones that said we were open. It's like a little triangle, right? They would bring that in, and there's security cameras in there and everything, and the cameras would glitch off, and they'd glitch back on, and the next morning the sign that they would go put away in the storage closet would be out on the corner. And there would be no one on the cameras and nothing like that. It would just glitch out, glitch on, and then it's just weird shit, right? That would have been my last day. Fuck that. So Michael, you know what's crazy? I remember I drove the Land Rover to your house one day, and before I drove it, this is when you lived in Turlock, Mike. I fell asleep on the couch, and everyone was out of town. Miles, my parents, everyone was gone. I was sleeping on the couch, and I remember like when you wake up in the mornings really early. I needed that cash money. When you wake up in the morning really early, and you're kind of conscious of what's going on, but you're not. Like, have you ever have slept on your stomach and be like face down, but for whatever reason you feel like you're like looking up halfway when you're like kind of like slightly asleep, like almost like an out of body experience, but you're like dreaming, like lucid dreaming? Well, I fell asleep on the couch. Nobody else was home, and all of a sudden, like I was like in that, it had to have been. It felt like it was like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Like I had just woken up just like on accident, and I was hella cold, and I'm sleeping on my stomach, and like all of a sudden, like blankets are being pulled over me. Like they're pulled over me, and someone said, like I shit you not, I promise you, I'm not just saying this. Like someone said, like it's okay, I got you. Like they didn't say those exact words, but that's like kind of like what they said, but I didn't understand. Like I understood what they were saying, but they weren't speaking English, and it's like I couldn't hear it, but I could hear it. Like it was in my head, but it was also like I didn't even know how to explain it. But they said, "It's okay, I got you," or like, "Hey, it's okay, like here you go," kind of thing. Like that's kind of like what they were saying. It didn't sound like crazy or nothing like that. Like in the moment, I felt like I was dreaming, right? So when I went to sleep, I had the blankets covering my feet, but it was hot. But in the morning, it gets really cold, right? So like you guys do that, like you can't sleep unless your feet are covered. That's how I am. Even if it's hot, like I just feel weird. My feet have to be covered. So when I woke up, I was like swaddled in the blanket. Like I wasn't like covered up, kind of like I was on my stomach. My hands were on my sides, and I was swaddled. Like how would the blanket get up here, and how would I be swaddled if my hands were on my sides and I was on my stomach? it was the craziest thing in the world. But I didn't feel weird or eerie about it. It was just like a crazy, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was a very, very crazy paranormal thing. I was watching a movie a couple days ago, and my light turned on. I was like, what the fuck? And I turned it off and got the fuck out of there. My room scared as shit. My friends, we just had an earthquake in California. My friends felt it here in Turlock. I didn't feel it, but my friends did, and they thought their house was like haunted because like the couches were shaking and shit like that. And they were like, what the fuck? And they sent a group text to all of us on Instagram. They're like, hey, did you guys feel that? And then both guys were like, oh yeah, I felt it, and they weren't freaked out anymore. But it was funny because they thought their place was haunted. All of you will be in my prayers tonight. I think I'm gonna start doing story times. That's a good idea. Those would be easy videos for me to do. I lived in a yellow house, and in that house I would feel wired like if someone was behind me. But one night I woke up to go to the bathroom. When I got up, boom, the door was shut. That's crazy. Hey, Jesus is fucking up all of our nights right now. Like, he's gonna tell this crazy story. No one's gonna be able to sleep tonight. I'm just kidding. Favorite horror film? Probably Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 because of how gory it was. Looked like little boy's shadow. Hey, Jesus is fucking everything up for us. At least your name is already Jesus. I want to start doing story times. That's a good one. But yeah, that shit's crazy. Alright. Jesus just fucked up all of our nights. Anyways, guys, I love streaming on YouTube. This is like my favorite streaming service. I was doing it on Periscope for a little while, and it was like cool, but it was a different kind of cool. Like, this is actual conversation. Periscope would just get crazy, and people would get all dirty, and like there'd be like people sexting in the middle of the Periscope chat, or they'd be like trolling me, or just crazy stuff. Like, sorry if I curse too much. Portuguese curse a lot. No, you don't gotta stop cursing. We all curse a lot, man. Like, I curse like crazy. Like, I don't even realize it sometimes. You're good. I'd rather have everyone cuss a lot than never cuss at all. Have some faith in God. They cannot touch you. I agree, Jordan. 100%. I agree. You fan of Rob Zombie films? I like Rob Zombie films. Like, back in the day, he had some sick ones. I haven't seen any of the ones that were like after like 2004, 2005. Very many of them, at least. But yeah, I do like Rob Zombie. Is it pronounced Jesus, Jesus, or Jesus? Probably Jesus. Are you scared? I am. I'm not scared, but I also have like a bunch of like nicotine right here that's like calming me down. It's probably gonna help put me to sleep. So anyways, sorry guys. When I get comfortable, I like putting my hat up here, you know, like, because it's just like comfortable in my head. I've done it since I was in like junior high. So you go get fucking. I need to get another haircut. Oh no, I'm gonna let that shit grow out. I was almost, this sounds hell stupid, but I stopped myself from doing it. So like, I wanted to do, I wanted to bleach my hair blonde because I saw what's his name do it like last year, Zayn Malik or however you say his name do it. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking do that. And then Frank Ocean did it when he dropped his album, obviously, or whatever. And then Kanye did it, and I was like, no, I can't fucking do it now. But I was going to. Yahshua, Yahweh, Jesus, Jesus. I see where you're going with this, Jordan. I see where you're going. They will pull your feet during the night. Watch his remake of Halloween. I will watch it. I will watch it. And Ma's freaking everyone out in here. These vape pens are the best. What the heck? Anyways. Sorry guys, I was like trying to think of what I'm doing tomorrow. I gotta take my grandma all over the place. I can't even sleep right now even if I wanted to. I did that too. Painted green again. freaking cheap ass vape pens, man. They don't work all the time. Pisses me off. Hold on, guys. I gotta put this thing in there really quick. I gotta fix this thing. Nobody should be smoking. But if you do, you want something that fucking works. Damn it. Sleep is, I agree, warm coffee. That's right, that's what I live off of all day is warm coffee. I don't like hella hot coffee. I don't like it cold either. I like it like lukewarm. Tell more scary stories. Let me think of some scary stories. My friend Michael saw the Grim Reaper. If Mike's still in here, Michael Grisby's still in here, he saw the Grim Reaper one night when we were drinking. It's 8:24 where you're at? What the heck? Sorry, I'm like trying to like... Michael Grisby saw the Grim Reaper. So what happened was I went to a tournament. I cut weight for it, and like I trained, and I think I got a medal. I got like second place or third. I don't even remember. Maybe I got first. I don't remember. Anyways, I medaled at the tournament, and I cut hella weight. So after the tournament, what happened was I cut too much weight too quick, and then I went and I fought hecka hard. It was just a submission grappling tournament. And after the tournament, from cutting the weight and competing all day and sweating even more, and it's like a lot of stress on your body. You're like working out really hard, basically, is what you're doing, but you're throwing people around and choking people. I got sick, like a little like overtraining. Like I had like a little bit of the flu, just because like I had no water in me and I was dehydrated and all that stuff. So I came back and I didn't feel that good, but I drank a little bit, anyways, right? And Michael Grisby came over also, and he hadn't ate any food all day. He hadn't drank no water. And when he got to my house, he was like, "Yeah, I got this burger and this soda. I haven't eaten or drank anything all day, so I'm gonna have this before I start drinking." And we're like, "Okay, cool." So so he just started drinking this like Jack that we got. Or it wasn't even Jack, it was just some type of whiskey that someone brought over. I forget what kind it was. We were just drinking all kinds of random stuff back then. And he's like going to town, and like he had no water in his system, no nothing. And he just drinking like cups, like not like one cup real quick, like he drank a couple cups, like red cups of some shit, like real drinking, like not like, oh, we're take a swig. That's what we do normally. He drank like cups because he was trying to catch up to everybody, because everybody was drinking before he got there. So Mike went from sober, hungry, and thirsty to just like finishing his food and drinking. He was buzzed. Literally, like, I'm not joking, like 10 minutes later, he's like, "D, I gotta talk to you on the front porch." I'm like, "Alright." He's like, "D, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm really drunk." And then all of a sudden, we're just like laughing and joking around. And then like, he's like stumbling everywhere and just like tore up. And like, he's just like, "Wow, I'm fucked up." Like really bad. And then so me and this other guy were like, "Okay, we gotta go to the store." And Mike's following us, where he's still drunk, but he's not like he could still function. Next thing you know, Mike slips on the grass and falls down. And this is all in the span of like 15 minutes by this time, right? We're like, "Oh fuck." So like we help Mike get up and we put him in the back of the car, and he's fine. Literally 5 minutes after that, he's asleep. We're at the store, he's asleep, like entirely. And we're like, "Oh fuck." We're in the store for 5 minutes. We come back. He's awake and asleep at the same time, going in and out. We get to my house. This is like literally like about 30 minutes later now. So this is all happening in the course of 30 minutes, right? He's like throwing up and like passing out, like just like crazy stuff, right? And like he's in like one of those positions where you're drunk, but you're like your sober self, and your body is like looking at yourself like, "Oh my god, I went too far this time." Like, you know what I mean? You ever been there? Maybe you guys haven't, where like it's almost like you're watching yourself be too drunk, and you can't do anything to stop it. You're just like, "Oh, I fucked up. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I thinking this? No, my body feels terrible, blah, 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 blah," right? I think he was kind of at that point, but then he started falling asleep and waking up, and that's when he saw the Grim Reaper. Crazy night. Yeah. Those are the times, man. What a time to be alive, huh? What a time to be alive. Wow, I hate that my pen is not working. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say the other details. No, I'm just gonna say that it was crazy. I'm not gonna say the other stuff. I will say that like Mike came in my room the next morning and he was still drunk, or maybe he wasn't. Well, he's still kind of drunk, and he was like, he was just in like boxers and like a white beater. Maybe he didn't even have a shirt on, and there was some girl with me, and he was like, "Hey D, where are my keys at?" I was like, "Oh, I think you got to go back to sleep for a little bit. You're probably still drunk, so you don't got to drive home." He's like, "Where are my keys?" I go, "I'm not gonna give them to you." And he's like, "All right." And he like went slept and he came back, and then I gave him the keys and he drove home. I'll never forget that. Like, Mike, I think he was in like boxers. He was either in boxers and a shirt, or pants and no shirt. But he came in looking for his keys, and I remember he was wearing black socks. And I was like, damn, I don't think I've ever seen Michael with his shoes off. Like, and I know Mike forever. I hung out with him like every day. I'm like, this must be the first time I've ever seen Mike with his shoes off. Even he was tore up the night before, his shoes were still on. I was like, damn. Oh, golf sport of the rich. That's what drink is now, guys. If you guys want a new like culture term, when we talk about stuff, we're gonna call drinks gulp. That's what drink is. Like if we're talking about alcohol, we're calling it gulp. I'm gonna go buy a bottle of gulp. I got some gulp. You guys heard it here first. That shit's gonna start trending. People are gonna start saying it. I'm gonna call that shit gulp. Michael actually started it. I'm just gonna blow it up now. You guys heard it here first though. It's called gulp. So I'm trying to fix this pen. Oh my god. Why is this not fucking working? I messed my car up. I'm not going to talk about my car actually. Fuck that. Oh, here's something cool. I got this from Europe, guys. This is an actual Celtic watch. Pocket watch. I was obsessed with pocket watches back in the day. Watches in general, I've always liked them. I got this one in Europe. This is legit from Europe. Real leather, made over there and everything. What? My pen is not working. I'm so mad my pen is not working. For real. I don't know what's going on with this thing. What is going on? Why is it not? Oh my god. This is pissing me off. Alright, anyways. Hopefully this works. This is gonna help me fall asleep later. Anyways. Dude, yesterday I was walking to my house and it was dark out there, and this guy in black shirt, suit up, and I was kind of, so he's passing by me, stops and said, "Hey, do you have a," this is gonna trip me out. I wonder if the story's gonna trip me out or not. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix the battery. I have a key and I have the pen, and I'm like doing like stupid stuff where I'm like playing with the battery in here, thinking that me moving around is gonna make it work. It probably won't. Does anyone here watch any sports? You guys watch fighting? What else do we have in common besides music? If we don't have anything in common besides music, it's okay. We don't need to have stuff in common to be friends. I'm just curious. Oh, you know what I'm curious about? Have you guys ever watched like other YouTubers live stream? What do they live stream about? Like, are there live streams like mine? Do other people do shit like this? Like, are they just sitting there talking to you guys? Are they boring as fuck? Like, what do they normally do? I'm loving Jesus stories. Keep going. I know Jesus stories are all crazy. Hey, what if Jesus just starts telling us some crazy stuff? Like, I know you're not Jesus. I know you're not, but I'm just saying, like, what if Jesus was like, just like all of a sudden, like he's telling us these kind of stories, and then like in a week from now, once he gets like comfortable, like Jesus is like, "Yeah, guys, so like I was in my backyard and I was sacrificing chickens, right? And all of a sudden I started levitating. I flew over my house and I looked down, but my body was still there." Like, he'd start saying some crazy shit like that. I'd be like, "Oh Lord, shit, oh Lord," like I'd be all freaked out. I'd turn my stream off, turn my lights on, I'd just start praying. That would be crazy. I used to do stories, but then I got really lazy. Later, I said, "No, I'm too young for that." In my head, I said, "I kid you not." He said, "If you walked off." That shit would be crazy. I know you're not like that, Jesus. I'm just giving you shit, Jesus. On Periscope, there's all kinds of like inside jokes like that we had with everybody. Periscope used to be hella fun, but then it got old hella fast. Because on Periscope, like, it was such a small, tight-knit community that like everybody would try to steal each other's followers and stuff like that. Dude, Ronda Rousey, she caught those hands. Like, she beat the shit out of Amanda Nunes' hands with her head, is what happened. Like, Amanda Nunes' hands lost by TKO. But Ronda Rousey really lost the overall battle. If you guys know what I'm saying. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. What the fuck is wrong with this? Anyways. I do like sports, but I like fighting more than anything. Sports is cool. Like, I like watching basketball. I don't really have a particular favorite team, but I like watching basketball. I watched it more when I was a kid, and basketball in the 90s was a different type of like offense and defense. The rules were a little bit different too, so I don't entirely know what's going on all the time. I pick up pockets in here and there, but the styles of offense and the way that they play and organize stuff is super hybrid compared to what I'm used to. I don't really watch baseball. Football I'll watch, but I'm not going out of my way to watch football. I watch boxing more than everything, and I watch maybe a handful of UFC cards a year. But I watch boxing a lot. Used to do MMA. There you go. Good shit. You should have kept doing it. MMA is sick. Sorry, I'm gonna charge this thing really quick. MMA is cool. Just fighting in general is sick. Like I think any form of combat is awesome. Basketball is cool. I like basketball. I could actually ball. If you guys want to see Michael Grisby play ball, you guys can go see him on. You guys should all go follow Lane Life or subscribe. I fuck that up, like the terms like follow, subscribe, add, and all this stuff. Even though I'm on social media so often, I still mess it up. It makes me feel like an old head. But then I said fuck off and gave up on everything. I was already tired and so young. Yeah, sports when you're younger, cool, but not to do all day. Seahawks all day, hey, good shit. I'm a Rams fan. I like the Rams over everybody. They're back in LA, so I don't sound like a weirdo no more. But I don't even watch the Rams, and we suck anyway, so it's just cool that we're in LA. But all kinds of Los Angeles Rams gear though. Why is this not working? I hate this. I know if Jesus has more stories. Jesus is saying some crazy stuff. Like, he's like, one night I was sleeping. I turned my lights on. My Bible was levitating above my face. I opened it. I read Psalms chapter 12, verses 32 to 36. It's like, I went to the next page. I went back to see what I had reread before, but all of a sudden the page was blank. He's like, crazy old stories. I have a passion for like competing in anything. It doesn't really have to be anything in particular. I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu though. That's what I have a passion for. I have a passion for fighting in general. I have a passion for music. Just building, creating things. Being myself. Any realm and vehicle I have that I can do that through. But yeah. Most embarrassing moment. Oh, I have a few. Okay. Here's some embarrassing moments. They're all pretty random. There was this one girl, and this was the second time we had slept together, and like literally, like, I don't know, like, I'm not even joking, like the second time we slept together, we'd only been like hanging out for like a few weeks, and like, we're just going at it, and like, I'm about to finish, and I farted hella loud, like, right before I finished. And like, I didn't stop, but I kind of did, and I was like, and she was like, just keep going, and I'm like, alright. And then like, yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. Like, there's a lot of embarrassing moments, actually. That's not just that, but there are a lot. Um, there was this girl when I was like 21 or 22. I was 21. I hadn't turned 22 yet. I was 21. There's this girl, and you're laughing so much. I spit out my drink. There's the girl I was hanging out with, and we went bowling in a group of people, and I'm like the most competitive person in the world, and I suck at bowling, and I lost 2 or 3 games in a row, and I was getting pissed off, and she was telling me, like, don't be embarrassed, like, you don't have to be embarrassed, like, it's just bowling, like, it doesn't matter if you lose. And I was like, I'm not embarrassed, I'm mad that I'm losing. And she had like was supposed to like stay the night and everything like that, and she did like after bowling, but I was being such an asshole, and I stopped caring about like having fun and everyone else we were hanging out with, that like I was just like, I don't know, I was just not a good date, and I was like trying to get better at bowling the whole night, and then we went back and she stayed the night here, and like I didn't get any, she just stayed the night. That was it. Like we literally slept in the same bed because she had nowhere else to go, because I was the one that gave her a ride, and like she wasn't going to tell me to take her home, so we stayed here, and like nothing happened. It was crappy. I've been caught cheating twice when I was younger. Those are pretty embarrassing, just because like you're like, man, I'm so stupid, how did I get caught? Like you know those memes where like the girl like finds something and asks you about it, and you're like, it's like the memes where the girl says like are you lying to me, and the guy goes, huh, and the girl responds back like, huh, like, you know what I mean, like they know you're lying, they just mock you and they say it. I've had that happen, like where I was talking to, I had a girlfriend in high school from the time I was 17 to like 20 or 21, no, like 16 and a half to like 20, 21, 4 years basically, 4.5, something like that. Anyways, we dated for 4 years, and I cheated on her when I was younger, because I don't do that no more, but when I was younger I was just wild and crazy, and like I was stupid, right? She was a good girl too, so I feel bad about it now, and I felt bad about it then, but less than I do now, obviously, because I kept doing it. Anyways, one of the times that she caught me, she didn't really catch me in the act, but some girl, I'm sending a Bible to you. Can't believe you do cheat. I don't cheat anymore. This was when I was younger. I'm 27 now. Like the last time I cheated was like 8 years ago. So, yeah. Or 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Okay. So, I was like 18. I was a senior in high school. I was almost 18, or I was 18. This girl that like I grew up with, she lived around the corner from me, but we weren't dating, but we grew up together. She sent me like naked pictures, and she sent them to me to my email. Well, my girlfriend at the time, like we know everything about each other. She guessed my password. Like she went through my security questions, she answered them, and she guessed my password with the hints, and she got it. Right? She opens up that email just because like I had cheated on her before, so she was already skeptical, and she was just like, not for any reason, she just decided to check that email, right? It's an old email. I told her I never use it, but she just decided to check it. Well, she checked it, and she saw the picture, and she got the picture, and she sent it to the girl. Like, she asked for that girl's number off my phone. She goes, give me that girl's number. I know you have it. Like, give me the number. I'm sending this out to everybody. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, no. Okay, here's the number. So I gave her the number, and then she sent it to the girl from my phone, and she goes, this is, I'm not going to say her name. She goes, this is so-and-so. Like, don't send this to my boyfriend again, or I'm sending it out to everybody. And, like, that was pretty embarrassing, because it's like we all go to school together. You know what I mean? Like, that was pretty embarrassing. Another embarrassing time was, so that same girl that I dated forever, your ex is a savage. She was a savage, actually. That same girl, she went away to a Bible college for like a year, right? And I was like kind of like fooling around with this other girl. This was when I was like 19. I was fooling around with this other girl that lived here, obviously. And it's like my girlfriend had spies around everywhere. And like I know this now, but back then it's like you don't think about it. And for me, like when I was 19, I was just reckless. Like I didn't care about nothing. Like I literally like I'm pretty wild now. Like you guys don't see from my videos or nothing like that. But like I have a very extreme personality. I'm kind of like all over the place. But back then I was like crazy. And I just didn't care. So I went to like a football game where like everyone in the city is there. I went to a football game with this girl, and I'm like have my arm around her and shit like that, and one of her friends is there, and she just sends her a text, and like my girlfriend at the time, who was away at school, like there she like calls me like 5 minutes later after this girl like sees us, and like yeah, I had seen that girl looking at her. She like looked me in the eye too, and I was like, ah shit, like whatever, I'll deal with it later. But literally, like I said, 5 minutes later my girlfriend calls me. She just like blowing up on me like crazy. So like I called my other friends that like had that were my best friends at the time, and like I told them to bring beer, and we just got really drunk, and I just like dealt with it like the next weekend over when she came home to visit. But that was pretty embarrassing because like I got caught up by her friend. It was more embarrassing like when I think back to it, because it's like I should have had a little bit more common sense, But that was funny. It's funny to think back to this stuff. But I don't cheat no more. That was when I was younger, like a lot younger. I'm 27. Like I haven't cheated since I was like 20 or 21. 21 actually. 21. So almost 7 years. Or no, just about that, because I was 21 and a half. And I never cheated on another girl after that. That's weird for me to think I dated a girl for like 4 years when I was a kid. When you're 20 years old and you date a girl for 4 years, that's like a quarter of your life. It's a really long time. Actually, I saw her at Starbucks. Well, this is what happened. I haven't talked to her for like 5 years, 6 years. I don't know, like when we broke up, that was when we stopped talking entirely. Like there was no like lingering, like we kind of just like broke up. And I didn't talk to her for like 5 years. And then last week, or this week, I don't know, like 4 days ago, 5 days ago, I followed her on Christmas. Oh, Christmas Day, I followed her. That's what it was, Christmas Day. Christmas night, I followed her. And then she accepted my request on Instagram. And then I saw her, like, coincidentally, because I go to Starbucks all the time with my friends, and we hang out at this one downtown. We all, like, play chess there and stuff like that when we have free time. And she works at that one. And, like, I hadn't seen her for, like ever. And I saw her, and then, like, it was, like... Actually, there was nothing. I'm just saying that, like, I saw her. You know what I mean? It took 40 long years to call quits. Do you ever run out of stories? I have so many stories. Oh, Banks, what up, Banks? Thank God he doesn't live it. I have so many stories, like, it's ridiculous. I have, like, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Oh, my God. I remember, now I have like a million stories in my head, and I don't want to start telling random ones, but yeah. But guys, I think I'm going to get off right now. I'm going to try to make myself sleep. Because if I keep live streaming, I'm going to be live streaming like all night. Anyways, guys, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you guys are watching the replay of this. If you guys are in here right now, I'm glad you guys stayed here, because you guys made my night 10 times better. I have an analysis coming in the morning. It's going to be Salsa Dag Dag, and I also have another Fifth Harmony analysis coming tomorrow at some point, and a life book. But I don't know if the life book will get uploaded until tomorrow night or tomorrow morning, but it's going to be done tomorrow. So we'll see how the timing of things works. It really has to do with how long it takes to export on Adobe. Anyways, I'm glad you guys are here. Don't lie, Devin. No, I don't ever sleep, but I do need to try to sleep because I have some stuff I gotta get done this week early, so I'm like, but that's true. Banks already knows I never sleep, for real. I think I'll sleep 2:48. Fuck. I gotta go to bed, bro. Alright, guys, have a good night. The album's coming. The album is coming. Banks, just wait on it. I swear it's coming. Alright, guys, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Follow me on everything if you guys are watching the replay. Iamsymphony, everything, and I'll see you guys next time.